Hey guys, it's David here at Motiv8 Sports Head Office. You guys as coaches play a huge role in the Motiv8 Sports Olympics we've got in the July school holidays. It's pretty important as a coach to understand what the Motiv8 Sports Olympics is all about. Now, all of us think of Olympics as that event that happens every 4 years. It's a pretty cool event, the real Olympics, but Motiv8 Sports Olympics is way different. The Olympics is sort of, it's all right, but I reckon it's lost a bit of the coolness. It's something that's pretty dated, whereas the Motiv8 Sports Olympics, we try and capture that culture and the colour that the real Olympics has, and we try and put our modern touch on it. So it's still got that old school flavour and the old school values we're trying to get across to the kids. So I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown with the Olympics. So number one with our Motiv8 Sports Olympics, you're going to hear a lot of talk about the Motiv8 Sports medal. This is our 2019 Motiv8 Sports medal. I've got a couple of the old ones here from previous years as well. So we've got a cool looking medal there too. And this is an old one here as well, different design. So basically each year we design a different medal. Like I said, this is the 2019 medal. Now, one thing you guys have got to understand, it's not a participation medal. So this is not something a camp will turn up and just get at the end of their time. It's also not a medal. There's no difference in the medal you get for being gold, silver, bronze, or coming last place. Basically, at the camp, we're going to have a whole heap of kids divided into different countries. For the entire 3 days of camp, they're going to be working together to build as big a score as possible. So all of the points a child in the Blue Sharks earn, say for Italy, go towards all of the points a child in the Black Mad Dogs earns that are also going to Italy. So pretty much those 3 days the kids are working. But look, like I said, with this medal, it's not a participation medal. I actually call it a finisher's medal. I used to compete in Ironman events, and the medal I got for finishing an Ironman was no different than the medal a professional got who finished a couple hours in front of me. Point being, it's all about getting through the 3 days, or if your event happens to be a 2-day camp, 2 days. So basically, to get this medal for a 3-day camp, you've got to complete all 12 sports, all 12 individual challenges, and you've got to complete the marathon. You complete all of those at presentation, you'll get called out in your position, whether it's 8, 7, 6, or if you've only got 4 countries, 4th, bronze, silver, or gold, you'll get called out in that order, but the medal you're going to receive is the same. But the reason this medal's got value is because you had to earn it. You had to finish the Olympics. So, other than that, you're going to see your Olympic signs. We're going to see these big call flute signs. What do we got here? We've got Jamaica. So there's going to be all sorts of countries. I've got another one here. Australia, we've got Japan there, and I'm pretty sure we've got England as well. So there's going to be a whole heap of assets, and when I say assets, things like flags and banners and dress ups in regards to the Olympics. But how does the Olympics differ to a normal camp? Well, as a coach, you're going to run your normal sport, a Motiv8 Sports hybrid sport like you'd run at any camp. Let's say I'm Coach David, obviously, and I'm running Vortex Gridiron. I will run my Vortex Gridiron session. But the difference with Olympics, after I run my session with the group, and by the way, when the kids are playing Vortex Gridiron, they're going to be competing in their countries. So for example, if I've got 4 countries, I'm going to do a draw, and it might be Italy and Australia versus New Zealand, USA. Those countries will compete in Vortex Gridiron. At the end of that session, I'll complete my score sheet. In regards to the score sheet, I'm going to drop another video on that so you guys all know how to use the score sheet properly. After my team sport, Vortex Gridiron, I then as a coach have to take my group over to my Motiv8 Sports individual event. Now, it could be something like the Aussie gumboot throw. It could be rock rollers. We've got a whole heap of modern, cool, individual Olympic events that take something like, say, the hammer throw or shot put, and we turn it into something modern like the Aussie gumboot throw, where kids are going to be throwing size 13 rubber gum boots over their head. Rock rollers, for example, is a race involving pushing those massive bubble soccer balls. So we try and get creative. We try and come up with cool visual stuff that kids are going to love, turn it into an individual event you can run. By the way, I will have another video dropping on your individual events, which you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to master your craft. So you're really going to be learning your team sport or your hybrid sport that you play for your main part of the session. You're going to have to learn your individual event and run that too. Don't expect your Motiv8 Sports director to be holding your hand and doing that for you. That's your job as a coach. Make sure you know it, learn it, and make sure you execute it really well. In regards to the Olympics though, you're going to be assigned a country. Let's say my country is Jamaica. You will be the captain of Jamaica. So the whole 3 days of camp, you're going to be driving the culture. Whenever you do a big group session, you're going to have all your Jamaican kids. You're going to be hyping them up. You're going to be getting them into their dress up outfits for day 2, creating the dances, and basically just assisting your Motiv8 Sports director or head coach in creating that color and culture and atmosphere, which is kids basically working their butts off for 3 days to earn one of these. Remembering they've got to get every session done. It doesn't matter whether they come first or last, this is all about finishing. Have you got what it takes as a kid to get through 12 sports, 12 individual events, 3 mega face-offs, and finally on day number 3 at the very end, the Motiv8 Sports Marathon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Can't wait to drop a few more videos to help you guys in the build up to Olympics. Peace out. Another great way to support your head coach. They're going to be on that microphone, a fair few times, running really big, important sessions. Remember, at our camps, we do the sport, but to be honest with you guys, that's just a little bit of it. The kids are going to be entertained by all the cool stuff you do in between, the coaches' challenges. That's the bit where you get to engage them. So your head coach is on the microphone. Let's say it's 100 kids, 200 kids. That comes with a fair bit of pressure. And there's nothing worse. You're on that microphone and you see your coaches up the back, they're sitting down, they're not engaged, they're chilling out. I mean, seriously, let's face it. How hard is it as a coach to go and sit there with the kids? How hard is it to walk around any kids talking? That's what being a coach at our camps is all about. You're not making up the numbers. What is your point of difference? I've had over 100 coaches work for me in the 18-year journey. And there's some absolute guns. I could name a whole heap of them. I've got Xander holding the camera right now. Guys like Lorenzo, guys like Dom, who now owns a franchise. The list goes on. But for every one of those, I could tell you complete spuds who think they're awesome at sport. They're God's gift to the coaching world, and they turn up and they're absolutely hopeless. Why? Not because they can't blow a whistle, but because they're poor in regards to contributing to a camp environment. They don't get up and give themselves to the dance-offs. They don't do anything extra at their sessions. They're all about refereeing. You're not a referee. That's just something you do as a coach. Your job is to create an energy, an atmosphere, an environment where a kid rocks up and they go, I want to be part of that coach's session. It could be the most simple sport that you think, wow, I'm a bit bored doing this. But what's your flavor? What do you add to it? How do you get kids to go home and go, man, I had street hockey with Coach Lorenzo and it was friggin' off the charts today. We were the Mighty Ducks, we were the Red Devils, we played a best of 5 game series, best sport hands down. I've got kids myself. Both of those kids have been to over 100 events since they were 3. They're now in high school, or one of them's year 6 close to high school. They still, when they finish camp, I'll sit down with them. Who was your favorite coach? What was your best session? All of that stuff counts. So do me a favor. You could be working for Motiv8 Sports, Sunshine Coast, Parramatta, Liverpool, Macarthur. Point being, it doesn't matter. A Motiv8 Sports coach at Hills should have the exact same energy as a Motiv8 Sports coach Liverpool. You show that you got that energy, the passion, and you sum up that word, which is motivate. You wear that with honor, you'll get opportunities. I promise you. I've got a guy working for me now full-time who started as a year 10 kid. I got another guy right now who's in year 11 who I would employ full-time in a heartbeat. Lots of opportunities. Make sure you own them. Make sure you love what you do. Otherwise, don't turn up to Motiv8 Sports. Say thanks, but no thanks. It ain't for me. All right? You got to be passionate to do what we do. I hope you love being part of Olympics. I hope you take my advice and you just help your head coach, your director, because it's a full-on responsibility being, the caretaker essentially, the person that's accountable and the person that has to answer to all of those parents. That's your coaching director. It's a full-on role. Help them out these holidays. Thank you.